Hello everyone! Preston here with another video. This week we're going to be combining two things that I love from the anime genre. One is Pokemon and the other is giant robots. So I'm going to be making some Pokemon into giant robots this week. It's going to be super fun. But the rules for this is I'm going to actually have a random number generator from Google to decide which Pokemon I am going to have from the first 150. So we're going to get started now. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and comment what you guys think and what I should do next. So let's get into this. So let's get started with this generator. First up is 93. Pokemon 93 out of 150 is Haunter. So we're going to have some fun making Haunter into a mech. Let's see how this thing turns out. Alrighty, so we're going to start this off the normal way that I do sketches, is a quick sketch, thumbnails type situation. Now with Haunter, I wanted to do actually a combination of both him and Gangar's Mega Evolution and a little bit of hints of Ghastly, because I just felt like those designs together would just work perfectly. So I took a lot of inspiration from the Mech anime Gurren Lagann Tengen Toppa, because honestly that is one of my favorite mech animes out there, and I kind of wanted to pay homage to that with this mech of Haunter and the Gangar evolution scheme. So this was kind of a quick decision on my part to make this Pokemon into a fully fleshed out mech with all of its evolutions together, and I think that's just something that I felt was a huge benefit for me, because I wanted to make things a little more fun for the design and try to figure out ways to incorporate every little detail, because this one was a lot more interesting to see things go through. I thought it was a huge benefit for me to use the ghost type analogy for this mech to a number of degrees, not only through showing a little bit of fade with its farther leg, but also the detached arms to show that it could move things around, just like Haunter shows in its original design. This was kind of fun, and you see that I have the full references of both Haunter and Mega Gangar onto this, and I wanted to test out some new inking brushes that I made and see which ones would actually work out. So this actually benefited me a lot more with testing out line arts and everything like that. The abilities for this mech were just so interesting to try figuring out, and how the design would actually portray this mech in a full-length Haunter vibe. Spooky and giving it kind of like that greedy laugh. I wanted as much of benefit for Haunter into this as possible to actually improve the design of this giant robot, and this challenge is so much fun. I might do it later on, because it was actually really fun to try and design these Pokemon into a giant robot, and it was really fun to actually talk about it on my stream and talk about how things are going with it. And it's definitely something that I feel is an interesting factor for how I designed everything. Now, you'll notice that I have a lot more spikes on this mech than Haunter does, because I wanted to pay a lot more from the Mega Evolution to show this just behemoth of scary, I'm going to be able to run up and scare you situation. And I thought that it was kind of interesting to see how things turned out while through the coloring stage, because this coloring stage was actually really fun to actually figure out which colors I'm going to be choosing. And again, I decided to go based off of both the Gangar, the Haunter, the Ghastly, all their designs and all their colors, and paying homage to all of them in this design. And I felt like it was a huge relief to not think about the colors, but where to place them. And this was really fun to work out and see where things going. So I'll let you guys continue watching this, and we'll get to the next Pokemon just after that. Alright, so that was Gangar Haunter mixed. I know it wasn't quite with the rules, but I'm making them up, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to go on to the next Pokemon. Let's get into it and see which one we're going to get this time. Alright, so we got the generator up one more time. Let's see which one we're going to get this time. Number 11! That is Metapod, the hard Pokemon, the armor Pokemon. I can't remember. I just remember it using Harden all the time. So we're going to jump right into this and see what I can make from this. So let's get going. Alright, so with this, I wanted to make Metapod follow its move set more than combining it with its other evolutions. So I decided to make Metapod into a tank. I wanted to give him as much tankiness as possible just to make him almost or nearly indestructible to those that oppose it. Because Metapod, I remember using Metapod in the old Pokemon Leaf Green games and him being able to use Harden so much that he doesn't get damaged, if at all. And this was super fun to see how things would turn out with him. Now, I decided to give Metamech or Metapod or whatever we decided to name this guy. This mech, I wanted to have the ability to use its shields to make a barrier that would be nearly indestructible, giving it a hardened feature in a more mech format or a giant robot format, which I think is kind of an interesting take for me to think about, because I felt like it was something that was just missing with most mechs. Is like, because you've seen others where they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna use extra coating or whatever. I'm already making him a tanky, buff looking mech where it's just a slow, tedious movement of a Pokemon into a mech form. But this time I wanted to show the difference between how he can actually use Harden. So the way that it would happen is that he would combine his shields and there would be locks or padlocks or grip locks. This would allow the mech to be able to withstand any blast or attack from the front or even in the back, because there would be a third shield on the back that would extend in a way for the mech to use a better harden in its abilities. And I think that was a huge factor for me to try to put in, is I wanted to use more of the Pokemon's abilities and less of its evolution tree for the mech. And I felt like this actually portrayed it quite well in this format. And I think it was really fun to try and seeing where everything is going with this mech. And the colors were a lot simpler than I did with the Hunter and Gangar one. So I had to be a little bit more on the creative side when it came to the coloring or colorization of this mech. You'll see me add different shades of green, different colors into it, and different ways for it to actually be developed into a decent looking mech, because most mechs have different colors to portray contrast. Yes, its silhouette was actually really decent and really cool when it was done, but the colors helped segregate different sections in use with the mech, and I felt like that was something I wanted to portray and continue using in this mech of Metapod or Metapod or Metamech. There's so many names that we came up with this Pokemon on this one, and it was so much fun to work with this on stream and work out how the different ways and the different components would actually work through. And there's different details that I wouldn't have seen without my stream's help, and it was nice to have a second set of eyes, or 10 or so, on stream to check it out. But this was really fun. This challenge was a lot more on the simple side for me because I usually do full renders. I wanted to use both mech genres style in my art for this challenge. So then I decided not to do something super rendered. I try to follow the more traditional way on how they work things out and seeing where things turned out. So with this, I wanted to keep that simple style with those mech animes genres that were out there. And I felt like this actually turned out very well. I felt both of them actually showed what I was trying to tell and the powers and the mechanics for each Pokemon in this. And I think this was an awesome way to portray Pokemon, and I might try it again in the future. Who knows? I think it's fun. We'll see how things turned out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I actually liked how these pieces turned out and seeing how things would turn up in the end. I hope you guys did too. If you did, please like, comment what you guys thought, please. It helps me understand what you guys think. And if you guys want me to do more, please comment what you guys want me to do more of, or try this challenge again. Remember to subscribe, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Bye.